From early though. I love that. Alright. That's pretty clear. Yeah man, that's pretty clear, man. Go over there some more. Go over here some now. Alright. Ah, Jesus, what is now? Become a member. Good night, good night, good night. Good night, good night, good night, people. Yes. God is the greatest. As the thing them coming up, as the victories coming up, we celebrate them and give God thanks, you know. Who is gonna be the first member of the channel? You understand? See the join button, the people. Yeah man, once you go up on the channel, you will see it. Yeah? The option is there. If it's an option for you, it's not open, you get me? That is it. Good night everybody, good night. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What you see on the screen is the focus, isn't it? That's the focus. Alright? So, this is about the real ones, them way go above and beyond. You understand what I say? But really appreciate the platform. I know say yo, straight up, I'm gonna become a member. I just go on the notice, you know? Yeah man, I have to go because I spoke about it earlier and I realized that it opened up, so you know, God is the greatest again. I want to say, alright. That's how we have to deal with the thing, you see it? Straight up and down. Good night, guys. Good night, good night, good night. I don't even know what I'm going with TikTok right now. What is TikTok are going to the crocus bag of things. Ah, Jesus. Let me see what I'm going. Watcha. Watcha. Thanks for liking the video. Thank you. Come now. All right with this now. I mean, if you write this one. If you write this one. You know, the fun are going with itself, people. You know what we're going to do now? I turn on the camera. Because this is mash up my thing right now. Flip the camera. Yeah. Flip the camera. Yeah man, for all of my people them on TikTok, that is the YouTube page. I am now able to, you know, offer memberships. Yeah. So that are the focus tonight. Who will be the first? There's all types of emojis that come with the first with the membership that only members alone is going to have. You get special badges and stuff like that. Anybody that is familiar with memberships on YouTube, you know what time it is. Of course, the memberships are custom to the topics that we talk about. I won't spoil it for you. Once you become a member, you are going to see the perks that, because I was up all night last night dealing with it. It's one of the reasons why I didn't sleep, you see me? One of the reasons why I got no sleep. That is a fact. This was one of the reasons why I got no sleep. Yeah, man. What you see on your screen right now is one of the reasons why I got no sleep last night. No sleep whatsoever. I was up trying to you know, figure out how to make the emojis, the special emojis for the persons that become members. And the more members I get, the more emojis I'll be able to make. So, trust me, I want to expand my creativity. And, you know, I definitely gave you guys some nice emojis at the first part. Again, for the people who really support the platform, this is the ball game, you see it? Yeah, man. This is the ball game there. But them are saying to them, say, put your money where your mouth there. Not true? Ivan, what's up? Become a member, people. Become a member. See there? Hit the join button. Yeah, man. When you go to the YouTube page, you just click and you're going to see. If you can join and become a member, you're going to see. Right, see there? Yeah. You have to use two fingers because they're two different phones. Make sure say that it's pointing on the right direction. Invite some of my people. Hi Carla. Carla, only person say hi to me from the live start. Double tap up the screen, guys, so we can get the likes up, please. Double tap up the screen. For your brother there, please, and thanks. I don't know why this thing still like this now. Why it do that? So why when me do this? Why when me do this it do that? Why it still like that? I don't understand. I try to figure out. I try to figure out this thing out. Like give me a warm time. I'm not telling a lie. Give me a warm time, brother. So why as soon as I press that any one of them I see something? I'm not like that. The screen actually look messed up. Screen actually look messed up. On TikTok, alright? I like for us not have anything, any one of these as an option. How about that? Can I have my screen normal? Oh my God. You don't see what I go on? You don't see what I go on, people? Da-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na. Turn on the box here. Oh man, why? Go to slow you alone. Probably have to leave it at that. Subscriber only party. We're gonna have some subscriber only live stream. So I wanna encourage you guys to make sure that if you really is a supporter of the platform, pride yourself you know, in supporting the platform. The join button, people on YouTube, the join button. That is it. I have to smash up the join button. Alright, anytime you use this, me good. You see that? Anytime you use that, me good. But I don't know. As soon as we... Anyway. Good night, good night, good night. Where are you guys watching from? Please let me know. The YouTube page. Follow the YouTube page. Right there. All of my TikTok people. All of my YouTubers. Check to see if you have access to this join button right here. And let me know in the comment section. You were Marvin a second. You say Marvin a bonfire wicked, you know? Rightfully so. Oh crap. You remember some Bluetooth on, you know? Alright. Dangerous. Hold that. Dangerous. You got yourself dangerous. Hold that. Angela. Wagwan. One Terracal.
You know, brains from up.
Mighty God. Return it down. Return it down. Let me know if you can hear this good. Eckstein. What does that mean?
Those are the only things that are going to be taxed. Mr. Owners just go on the waterfront, so go put in foot in the test. Mr. Owners, morning, sir. You think Jehovah God going to allow you to continue the line of wickedness and the poor class of Jamaica, Mr. Owners? Let me tell you something. God don't like all the things and the wickedness we are to Jamaican people who come on to the taxi, Mr. Owners. Yesterday I have a headache all day when I sat down and I thought of all the things that is going to happen in this country. Taxi drivers are going to embrace themselves because I'm telling you something. Taxis are going to kill you now. So I'm going to stay there. Corner shops, hairdressers, let me tell you something. See, only little boy when I see I run up and down and then reopening at the parliament and come talk about 1 p.m. or 1 p.m. Only not say now £5. Only not say the man now £5. Only not say when the camera zoom up in Mr. Owners' face, his face basically saying, I'm going to shut the F up.
What's up, Deltoria? Become a member. Right, I'm inviting you to become a member. I'm inviting everybody to become a member of Bolo VNR 2.0. Yeah, man. Everybody. See there? Become a member. The option is there. Everybody.
I hope you want to come to 1 p.m. I not say the man like, wait. till April come on have to pay $300 for one special. Where it will use to tranquilize the brains from oppression, depression, and stress. Wait till you see how much for a cigarette. Wait till you see what, because Mr. Onis going to squeeze the nation. Every God Almighty thing. Mr. Onis will ring poor people dry. So I still don't write this down. Let me tell you something.
Jetline leeching on CVM TV saying that the government should abolish the asset tax. Rotted. I'm going to check that. Hey, Jetline, if you have my number, you know, send me them things there, you know. You see me?
Only don't think same. Those are the only things that are going to be taxed. Mr. Onis just stick by the waterfront, so go put in foot in if it test how deep the water can be. That's all
Let him always go.
So I'm sit down right this one thing say. Them little things are the only things going to be taxed to know. He's just testing how deep the water is at the moment. You I go feel it. Mr. Man come out, I don't even know the meaning of taxes. I ask him friend what the meaning. But still you run for one pin and I say you're happy for the tax. You are a bunch of idiots.
Me say, I don't joke, Shamek. I was so ashamed. Oh my God, bro.
Shame on my country, me shame on my people them. We are the only Caribbean right now. Me see a move like Gilly. We are damn idiots. Only can run up and praise them and we are destroy the country, destroy the people. Else the whole health organization crumble down to nothing. Look how much baby Christopher Tough Time kill off 30 odd baby, the 24 plus. Remember I said 24 you know, and 13. Jesus Christ of mighty. I want to sit down there watch them and I kill off the pitney them. In the health system, stink, dirty, rotten. The health system is squalor. By the way, Mr. Honest, you are do tax and you tax everything. Minimum wage workers, so you promise them the $32,000. And when you say annually, what go on now? What is going to go on, Mr. Honest? Nobody paying a raise. Only you or your friend them pay a raise and a thief every dollar putting down the money in our pocket and poor people still there and suffer the same way. By the way, the doctors them and the nurse them and the people that will forget look of money from what people fill up. They get it? They get it? The doctors, nurses, them, everybody are running from Jamaica in history.
True,
I
man.
first know so many people ever run go over the border
Real
because
talk.
of poverty and lack of opportunity and slavery mentality. Because
Facts.
some of the little work them where they tell people say them have and them have work. The work when them have can't even pay them damn
Can't
bills.
pay no bills.
Them can't pay bills. Them can't pay light, water, internet, rent.
Straight factory
Bus
attack.
fare for their work, pay for them picnic gas school. Them can't do none of them there. You're so wicked till you go as far as to tell people say them have to go make up for buy our house in trust house. And I can't believe say them people you go come on TV come say Mr. Honest I do good. When the man knows damn well say one average Jamaican now go be able to buy one of the house in trust house them for 15 million one bedroom. And Mr. Honest I tell the people them say them figure make up and buy house. This wicked evil man. Me telling you, say this government is wringing the people dry. I want to sit on one side and skin up on the teeth. I want to sit on one side and read a party over on self, on a generation and the country. When I'm not supposed to sit with that's the country I go well. This man I ring on out. Look on the time when Mr. Honest Truth come ring on out after them lie to you in our face and tell us them promise no matter what no new taxes. Every God Almighty thing when I use Melissa for this man get nearly $200 billion through the government portal. Plus the hurricane catastrophe fund. And instead of this man use it wisely and use it punish the Jamaican people by giving $150 billion to JPS and then turn on and tax the Jamaican people for $30 billion. Does that make any God Almighty sense? I'm out here a cheer for this crook. I'm out here a cheer for this top criminal. I don't know how come wake up so now come load up in my inbox and come tell me about me not understand the meaning of taxes. I'm an idiot to listen and I lock on out, I'm not going to lock on out because this one, the fool. Are some big idiots who don't have sense, they don't even understand the meaning of taxes. Ask one another what taxes mean. I come up in my inbox, come tell me about me an idiot. If you allow the man, make him tax so the country can run better. Oh my world, I want to cry right now.
Yeah.
You guys are delusional and stupid. waiting April to come. On a taxi driver, on a wait. The whole of out there, on go and understand the taxes name. All I know where road comes skin up on the teeth one because on the thing say taxes going to affect the people who have money. No, it's not going to affect them because most persons we have their money. When one bread go to $1,000, them still go can buy the bread.
Yeah.
And we the poorer class of Jamaica
Big
can buy the bread.
facts.
And I don't even understand when them say at the first them a tax in a 9 years. Me not understand it because when Mr. Owners coming up over one bread and he said $300 and one bread for $1,000, $1,100 and $1,200 now. So me want to know how that come about. Mr. Honest did walk go in a parliament to do a basket, we do one cooking and one bread and show how $1,000 can do nothing for you in a Jamaica. And how him going to make $1,000 can send me to supermarket. Mr. Honest, we are waiting for him for what kill fill up for go in a parliament to do our next basket. For show you how well and how better the $1,000 do. All now today you can't do it because he's a trick card man, he's a con artist, he's a liar, he's a thief, and he's a wicked, and you're evil.
Mighty God, Asia, deal with him now. No, sir.
Against the people of this country. Here we are waiting on the basket.
Yes.
We carry one basket in the parliament. Where the basket they know? Where the basket they know for sure $1,000. You cannot carry a basket in parliament with $1,000, Mr. Owners. Because guess what happened? It's still going to want more money if you put one bird in the basket. Only a bird you can carry in the parliament in the basket. The wicked, evil man, thieving man. Sticky finger man, wanna sit on one side a thief and pad taxes and I do everything to damage the poor. All poor people are going to manage in this country.
I don't know.
How they going to manage when them already are suffer? Jesus, man. And Airbnb users on the lookout because Mr. Honest also coming for you guys. So Airbnb users will have the 30% at the tourism on the lookout. Bro Devil, Craving, Sticky Finger is coming for you all. And like me telling you, I test the water. So when I don't think the few little things on the earbud and just them there alone.
True.
Mr. Honest I got tax on all and shit. Jesus, that's me.
Hey, she not telling a lie, you know, it a go manifest.
The public entities occupying space. That's not a private business. So I don't know how the chairman could say this is a private business. It cannot be. Most of the occupants of the government facility.
Mr. Hilton did it on this?
That it is ready.
Sticky fingers, not true.
Politics. And it is not ready. Eh? What can go on?
Guys, remember to go and follow Colin Bell on Colin Bell Show. Also follow me on YouTube, right? Bolo VNR backup channel, see the Bolo VNR 2.0. Alright, subscribe to the platform, and if you want to take it a step further, I'm inviting you guys to remember that there's a join membership option now. There's also a membership option on TikTok, I believe, I'm not certain, but I'm sure about YouTube. So come over to YouTube and join that. Get your emojis, you know what I'm saying? You know, special emojis and them type of something there. I am looking to see who's going to be the first person to say, this person become a member in the chat. I'm going to screenshot that when I see that happen. And then the person can just look and you have your 5 emoji them. You know them way there. You know them kind of say, I do a little thing, you can just drop your emoji them special. I have a little special badge beside their name. We say, yes, you're a member of the channel. Yeah, man, we're ready to get crazy upon that, man. But we never know say Mr. Hilton come on Colin Bell Show, man. I like it.
And we must now just take that. Sit back, relax.
And
say, Chum, I saw it go.
Simple thing.
We have MP Anthony Hilton on the line.
Anthony Hilton.
For investment and commerce. Sir Hilton, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, Colin. Good evening to your listeners.
Welcome back to Portland Spice TV, sir. We saw your press release today. Was it yesterday? Calling on the government to...
What do you mean yesterday?
Yes, yesterday, to clear up what is happening at the urban sector in St. Thomas. What have you found out since then? Or what are your understandings since then?
Well, I mean, we've had a response to say that next week, energy and other things to be connected. However, that's a reaction to a problem. The issue is that 10 months after the groundbreaking, persons...
No, not the groundbreaking, the opening.
The opening, the opening by the Prime Minister and Portfolio Minister, with the persons who have leased those units are not able to carry on business. And we were told that the place was ready and open for business. Now, 10 months is a long time, and it's not appropriate for them to say that this was due to Melissa. This couldn't and shouldn't have anything to do with Melissa.
Quite so.
Nor Daryl, because this was supposed to have, the units were supposed to have be ready 3 months after the opening ceremony. This would have been the opening was in May. In May, June, July, August, the units would have been ready. September, October, so all of that should have happened before the election. None of it should have happened after, and we had a month after the election before we had over a month before we had the hurricane. So this cannot be put at the feet of Hurricane Melissa. Many things have been. This cannot be one of them.
What are you? Finish your thought.
As I've indicated, I think the issue is far greater than just not. I mean, the important thing is the investors and those who are set readying themselves to do business and are adversely affected, has to be a first concern. But also, we have to look at the fiscal responsibility. What is the cost and the impact on the agencies and the factories corporation? And that is why I've called for this full disclosure as to how is this the cost and the delay and the cost resultant from will be absorbed by which entity and which of the partners will be bearing those losses. Because, like we understand, it's a partnership that involves the check and the practice corporation. When it was first announced, practice corporation was an NCB as financiers, and perhaps playing other roles. But when it was first announced, we were told that the practice corporation's role is only limited to the land, putting the land in. I'm reliably informed that practice corporation role is at the moment is much more than putting in the land. I need to know how much more and what has been spent on behalf of the government that it needs to be accounted for.
In an interview with Cliff Hughes, Littleton Shirley told Mr. Hughes that this venture is a private sector venture. What do you say about it?
No, how can that be? When the state agency is involved. Practice Corporation is involved, and the information I have is that perhaps Practice Corporation is been spending far more than the public knows, so we need to know what has been spent.
Factories Corporation is spending money
first. Repeat?
You're saying that Factories Corporation is investing funds in the urban center?
Of course it is. Of course it is. It is, and we just need to know how much and what is the nature of that spend. But there's no doubt that it is.
In the interview with Cliff Hughes.
So I don't know how that could be a private entity. I think that was a hoodwink. But we will not be hoodwinked.
No, but we can't allow Littleton Shirley to come on a public radio and tell that kind of lie. If you are saying that it cannot be private. He said it's private, and that's when he named Check, NCB, and Factories Corporation. Cliff Hughes, he was trying to say that, but Factories Corporation is government.
A state entity.
Yes.
And it's obvious that the truth is Factories Corporation spend, as I had information I have, is far greater than the public knows and that we know. So they must be full disclosure about the spending.
So,
full disclosure.
Are you saying then that Factories Corporation is the majority shareholder in the venture?
No, I don't know what the thing. Let me put it this way. When it was first announced, we were told Factories Corporation's input in it would be limited to the input of land.
That's my understanding too. Yes.
And therefore, it might have been, I don't know what the exact split was announced that. I'm not going to try to revisit that, but what in the light of this scrutiny and the light of what we know has happened or not happened, as the case may be, we're now into the full disclosure. So what is the current situation?
You also...
And there's a lot to be revealed. There's a lot to be revealed in that.
Oh? So like you know something. You sound like you know something, MP.
Well, I'm a lawyer, I don't ask questions, I don't know the answer.
Oh, wow.
Mighty God. People want to hear that? Mr. Anthony Hilton said, I'm a lawyer, I don't ask questions, I don't know the answer to. Damn! Yo, me say, me telling you, guys, I told you guys, I'm freestyling right now. I'm just inviting people. I'm doing this right now. This is what it's about. Joining my membership on YouTube. Alright? Again. I know it's late, but for my people on TikTok, go and subscribe to my YouTube. And if you want to join my membership, there it is. That's the button. When you click on the profile, you're gonna see that star right there. If you want to become a star on this channel, on this platform, join the membership, ladies and gentlemen. Only stars join the membership. Only stars. And if anybody is upset with me advertising my membership, it means you don't support me. If you have a problem with me reminding people that is coming in that is new about my membership, uno no rate me. May I tell you that straight. Uno no rate me. Alright, good, let's continue.
Hilton, MP and Shadow Minister on Investment and Commerce is asking what is Factories Corporation input. We want to know their full input into this venture, the Moran Bay Urban Center. MP, I also heard you spoke in your press release about sewage. What are your understanding of the sewage system out there?
Well, that there isn't one at the moment, and that the individual units there. My understanding is that there isn't one functional at any rate at the moment, and that individual units there are not connected, so they may be finding individual solutions to the problem. But there should have been and ought to have been a central system addressing the needs of the multiple stakeholders into the business, and that was our understanding. So there needs to be clarity around that and about the water and the lights. The water, it's a facility I know very well because I remember Parliament. I started an IT infrastructure.
Hi, Denise.
We could not finish.
Denise, how you doing? Denise, if you're not yet subscribed to my YouTube, I need you to go over there. And if you're interested, become a star. See there? Membership open. Let's continue.
The election came, but that infrastructure became part of the design of the building, and no doubt saving some costs, overall cost and the infrastructure. But so I know it well, and there's water. There has been water here. There's one of the attractions of the site was that water was in abundant supply. So it amazes me that there is no water system to individual units, and that there's a problem with water. So I believe the issue is a design issue, a design problem, and we need to get to the bottom of it.
But Western St. Thomas would be an area that you know very well, NPL, John.
That's the point I was making, yeah. That's the point I was making, correct.
Is there a central sewage system in that area?
No, but no. This facility should have been and must have considered a central facility considering the scale and scope of the facility. This is supposed to be a model facility. Yeah. And I want to point out that this model, I'm told, is one that I believe is being pursued in Portland. I think the Portland MPs and everybody should be vigilant and asking the question what's going on there as well.
Yes, yes. But, Sir Hilton, if there's no central sewage system there, Goodyear plant was there, so we know that they would have had some kind of sewage thing there. But one of the arguments is that that location is where a lot of...
Bless you, Sassy81. Bless you. Sassy81, check this out. See what's going on? We got the membership. We got membership now. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm live right now. This is all about the memberships, baby. Who is going to become the first person to become a member? Yeah.
St. Thomas portable water comes from. And one of the view that I've been getting is that you can't set up a sewage system anywhere there's some.
Well, but that should have been known before. That can be found out after this thing.
Bingo. You cannot build a property on an area if there's some doubt about whether or not a sewage system can go there. That has to be ironed out first. So is this a situation where it's another case of these people working back way? Yeah, we'll just start, man, and we'll figure it out. I don't know. What y'all think?
And after all of this massive infrastructure, so this is my point about it being a planning and a design issue.
What are your views on the rent? The only rent we have heard about thus far in the public is what they asked the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation to pay, $10.3 million. What are your views on that? And also on the fact that MP Rosemary Shaw asked Delroy Chuck in the parliament how much the courts are going to pay, and he said that the government is going to buy. Oh, here's another part, sorry. Delroy Chuck said this in the parliament, that the government is going to buy the courthouse.
Well, you know, you might be right in a jet line. That's probably the reason why Mark Golding sent Mr. Ferguson there. But what he told us, and I believe him, is that it was to honor Mr. Ferguson, really. You know, but they disgraced him. And look at the disgrace of the situation now.
Yeah, well,
By Chuck Municipal Corporation to pay $10.3 million. What are your views on that? And also on the fact that MP Rosemary Shaw asked Delroy Chuck in the parliament how much the courts are going to pay, and he said that the government is going to buy. Oh, here's another part, sorry. Delroy Chuck said this in the parliament, that the government is going to buy the courthouse.
yeah, well, I don't know what the details of the negotiations are and the transaction, but I mean, it should be possible, or might be possible, for individual occupants to lease or purchase the property. I don't know the specifics of the discussion, but if the government says it will buy it, then that has to be monitored and see just what it pays.
Queen
What the
Amina.
government pays for facilities like that. But the correspondence has been very clear that the money that is being asked is far too much, and considering what it used to own its facility, and that it can operate at much cheaper cost than what is being proposed. And it is a parish council's view that it's not worth that kind of cost. It's not supported or supportable. So all of that have to be taken into account. If you have this kind of incomplete, and you have this kind of infrastructure construction weaknesses, then that will add to the cost itself. This was not a project efficiently done.
Yes.
So if it was not efficiently done, then somebody has to pay for the added cost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Would it also be critical?
That will be reflected in the prices and the leases. And the price comes to say they don't believe that this is what is being quoted to them as a reasonable price for the lease.
Wouldn't it also be critical to know what commitment the government has made to the private investors in this venture, in terms of getting government entities renting and buying from these urban centers?
Well, all of that information is public facility. It's public entities occupying space. That's not a private business. So I don't know how the chairman could say this is a private business. It cannot be. Most of the occupants of the government facility. How would that make it a private?
But if you realize what Delroy Chuck said, MP Hilton, that the government is going to buy the courthouse, so the government will buy a building from themselves. You know about government, you have been in government. That's why government buy things from themselves.
Well, I'm saying, no, that's a joint venture element.
Right.
It's a joint venture.
Right. So it's private
Public
public.
has a role. Yeah, it's a PPP.
Right.
Yeah, so the government can purchase. There's nothing in principle preventing government to purchase from such an entity, because, you know, whether the cost of that goes to is taken out as part of government agencies' investment is another question. But government can, in principle, purchase for itself.
So then it is imperative for us to know what commitment did this administration give to those investors to bring them into the project. Because if we see what is drawing our eye, MP, is the ask that they have asked the municipal corporation to pay $10.3 million per month, and this increases by 7% each year, and it is quoted in USD dollars. So that means any other US dollar go up, the rate go up same time.
Exactly.
So wouldn't it be imperative for us to know what commitment government gave them?
But that's the public information. That's the point I'm making. What is clear is that factory just didn't put the land in and walk away. Yeah? If that were the case, then even so, the government and the parties would have an interest in how the facility develops. But where you have commitments on the part of government via or through several entities, including the courts, then other departments and agencies setting up units in the facility, then the matter is of public interest. What they're leasing for becomes a matter of public interest. That's no longer private. So no, that assertion that is private is not correct.
Well, that is what Little John Shirley said. I know you're on your way to a function, so we can't keep you long because I'll play it for you. But I don't know exactly where on the tape it is, so I would have to guess and it would maybe take a minute or two. But that's what he said in the interview, and we're going to play it as soon as we let you go. But we're asking you, MP Iljan, and as Shadow Minister, will you be asking these critical questions in the Parliament on our behalf to find out what are the commitments that the government made to these investors? Because it sounds like them have to make a big piece of money. And how much will the other government entities, because the plan is to move NHT there, NIS there, all government entities, that is the plan, to move them into these urban centers. And it sounds like to pay some hefty rent.
And so my point is that the terms of those leases are public, should be public knowledge and to be publicly disclosed. These are not private entities. These are state entities.
Yes.
So the question, so should give me the question, all the appropriate questions will be asked.
Thank you very much. Sir Hilton, thanks for the time. Have a good evening.
You're welcome. Welcome. Thank you.
Member of Parliament.
Station. I went out of respect to inform them of the protest, that the peaceful protest that we plan on having on Monday, the 23rd of February by the Euro Circle. I understand that the location at Euro Circle that we're planning to be at, which is a big open space. I saw some young men over there just now playing football. I think Kingston Central might be responsible for that area. I spoke to a wonderful police officer, Mr. Green, Corporal, I think it's Corporal or Sergeant Green, one of them two. But give me wisdom. Big up yourself. Very intelligent police and very respectful. I had a conversation. There were two police ladies there. Big up on yourself too. They were very polite. Good police. A good police them there. So Jamaica, this protest is happening. We're looking for 100,000 Jamaicans to come out. I am asking everybody to be peaceful for this protest on the 23rd. That's Monday coming. Teachers, nurses, doctors, police, security guard, every single person who's against all the evil injustices being dished out to us. We're asking you, labor rights, PMP, independent alike, Jamaica, let me tell you this, Let me tell you this, you wanted a leader, and you want results. This is the protest. This is not just to turn up and just talk. Walk within the water. We're tired of it. We're not taking no new taxes. And Daryl Vaz, watch me and you with them 100 new buses that you are planning to buy. Watch me and you. Because up until now, the 110 school buses where you
still
say you
them.
pay $1.4 billion for
Still
reach
them.
Jamaica yet.
Yeah.
All of them don't reach Jamaica
Still
yet.
them.
And you plan to buy 100 more? And people down the west still hungry like that shit.
That's crazy.
People down the west don't have no roof.
That's crazy.
You don't know how much people in Jamaica suffer. The nurses, them say they want proper health sector. We're not going to divest more money to Daryl Vaz.
Yes.
Daryl Vaz, be prepared for what is coming. Be prepared, because you said you went searching through Europe and through Asia for good deals and stuff regarding the new buses we are planning to buy. What you should have been doing a research on is which prison in Jamaica to really facilitate you.
Mighty
Remember
God.
me tell you, because you got a prison.
Mighty God.
Monday, 23rd of February, Jamaica, make sure someone did it. Euro Circle, all right?
Oh.
So,
Boy, I love the energy. I love the energy. Woy. Oh, yo. that's what that. Oh, that was a flyer.
Jamaica. So, what I'm gonna know. It's like I'm just ready to talk about every freaking thing in our country and I me.
Mighty God.
You know that I just saw the news that St. Andrew man from Red Hills got life imprisonment for a gun and ammunition that was found in his ceiling. Gun and ammunition found in his ceiling. We know said gun apparently illegal and shouldn't have been. Jamaica, right now Jamaica should have been a place.
Vivian, how you doing? Good morning. Or yeah, good morning. Vivian, I want to invite you to check out the membership. Alright, check out the membership on the YouTube, okay? Gracias. Big up yourself. Let's continue.
Where every law-abiding citizen have access to getting a license firearms.
Yes.
So that we can protect ourselves.
Yes.
From criminals and from police.
Yes. Yes.
From criminals and from police and from the government.
Yes.
I'm never telling you why I said from police. Now, how is it that Silvera, the PMP ex-MP man, how is it Silvera choose a manslaughter plea when there was a murder weapon? A person was murdered, dead in a house, paint over the place, retile the place. And the judge, Justice Sykes, Chief Justice Sykes, agreed to the plea. The DPP, the prosecution, the prosecutors agreed that yes, we will accept your plea. Not tell me shit. But it was a good deal and a good plea when there's a body, there's a murder weapon attached to the drunk.
Come on.
But a man, that little firearm and ammunition in his ceiling. Huh? That's what the news said. They find him with gun. They didn't find him with a body. And you gave him life imprisonment. Life imprisonment. And Silvera should walk away with manslaughter. And the country is quiet. Where is Andrew Michael Willis? Where is Andrew Michael Willis?
I don't know, my general.
So you get life imprisonment for a weapon. Yeah? But a person who actually used the weapon and take the life of another human being. A high-ranking person in Jamaica, high class, actually tell the court, say him want a manslaughter charge, which is a far less charge. The most he might spend in there are 3 years, because him already did 2 years. The most it might spend in that 2 or 3 years, because them are going to say time already spent, because I'm already spent 2 years in a jail. Yo, Jamaica, every video that I do going forward, I want you to understand when we go out there to protest, what we are protest for. The date that I'm looking for the protest is going to be the last Monday here in February. And I'm thinking about either across on the US Embassy, or we're going to do the at the National Hero Circle. And you hear what I'm telling you, say? If I don't have 100,000 people agreeing to that march, that protest, me not go there. So the 1 p.m. people have now come out there. So if it ever come down to a PMP thing, and independent people or well-thinking Jamaicans, meaning the laborites them who realize true, this country is frig up, and at a time now for us to not just go out there, you know. You know why we just go out there, you know. We're not leaving out there. We not just leave out there until people get fired. laws are reversed. People who are get them little cheap sentence here, get a real sentence. How you think me feel now? How you feel? How you feel? If you know, say, before me even talk about the police, I want to use this opportunity to say, good morning, enough respect. Enough respect to the good police them in Jamaica. Enough respect. Big up on yourself to the good police them in Jamaica.
Hey, Joanne. Joanne, welcome to the members only party. Well, it's really the membership party, right? So, if you're interested, do know that the membership option is now available. So, we just got the super chat option and the gift option, and we have the membership option as well. God is good. God is good. Let's continue.
Now that we get that out the way. You see the other little dog shit them, we're in the force.
Mighty God.
The things that we never know a long time, so Uno are one of the main reasons
for crime.
For the kind of crime in Jamaica.
Of course.
How Uno feel, JCF, and to the people them always a different police.
Yes,
how
Uno feel.
For years, a 2 constable is involved in the 2 murders in St. Mary. Uno murder the businessman, or go murder the DJ youth. Uno just come knock on them door to rob them and them not the money and just kill them. Just like that. Just like that.
Wow.
Police. How do you feel if you know say police are mere pen? That if people goat have how much device in them car to rob people car in all this jockey. All this jockey. A man have in a car when the police them tap him. When I spoke to the investigating officer, when the investigator ever called me and I tell me what go on, and you know what go on, high-ranking police in a Kingston want to buy out the case. They have to move almost 50 people from CTAC. Now disperse them all over the place, reassign them because people up there are found with drugs. Them lock up inspector and 2 soldiers because they're found with cocaine. The police again wall up Uber driver at Kingston and take with them car at gunpoint. Police again wall up another man with car and take a man car. Right as in Jamaica. And when time we come out and talk, we make it look like say, we don't like police. We like good police. We don't have a problem with the good police them. For the police them who catch the dirty police them. Big up on yourself. Those police must get instant promotion. I'm going to advocate for that. And then the police don't want in Jamaica. The police them will lock up with 2 constables. When decide to search a car. When decide to put pressure. And realize that the boy are criminal. Big up to them, the police there. We need to know their name. As a matter of fact, them to become national friggin' hero.
True.
Because the situation with the dirty thinking police in the country, and the dirty thinking government in the country, and the dirty thinking judicial system, judge and lawyers in this country, we have to come out. Where is the private sector organization? Which part of the drunk club? Private sector dirty organization. And who send money and put up money under Andrew Wallace them. And who put money under them. And now we are left with the corruption in the country. How the hell can you want to give a man with a gun life imprisonment, but a thinking politician man say him decide which plea and which sentence him again and choose manslaughter, and when I tell you that the country is fair and it's evil. We do not come out and talk about how much money we're missing from the people in bank account up at Jamaica National. But the dog shit I mean we don't have strength for. With Gloria money I mean we don't have strength for. We don't think like shit. Yeah, turn up. I told you not even know. I said the heart will beat you so here. I said to all the well-thinking Jamaicans who don't know me already. Anytime we see on them level here, we don't just know where I come. We don't know where I come. And the last Monday in this month, everybody put on your friggin' date. So me give you a date. Last Monday in February, the location will be announced. last Monday in February. Me I go see if I'm me one I got turn up out there or a 10 of you I got turn up out there. The nurses that are frustrated, the need for dinner because I am also advocate.
Ivan, you're going to the protest. How you doing, Ivan? All of my people, are you guys going to the protest? Marvin is quite serious. Are you guys going to the protest, ladies and gentlemen? TikTok, you guys going to the protest? Monday? Right?
On the behalf, teachers who are underpaid, uno too. Government workers who are sick and tired. NHT contributors who are being disrespected, now get to the money, can't get the money. Uno for did it too. You're sick and tired of patrol, you for did it too. Frustrated Jamaicans, make sure you did it. The last Monday in February, we go on the road, right past Jamaica. So tired I drunk of them. Last Monday, we will share the damn video.
When you say you're not in Jamaica, where you're going to send someone? That's what I'm talking about. Caution, big up yourself. Yeah. I mean, I share in Marvin's frustration. I don't know. I really don't know if the people of Jamaica have made their minds up yet. I said it already, you know. All I want to see is the people who walk in the street, I'm going to go join them. Yeah, man. Just put on my Crocs, I'm ready. Yeah, I just want to see people and get serious all over the island. But tell you, we don't need protests one place in Jamaica, you know. We need protests everywhere in Jamaica all at once. That's what we actually need. Kingston, St. Andrew, those places in those areas, a lot of cluster of people is there. So, you know, that's the city, right? If you don't get 100,000 people there, so it don't make no sense. But really and truly, we should have protests all over Jamaica. There should be a protest in Westmoreland, Hanover and St. Elizabeth in one central location. Whether people in St. say, all right, we'll go to Westmoreland, or Hanover say they want to go to Westmoreland too. But meet up somewhere in between, and yes, we're going to protest. You guys should be on the front line in protesting based on what is happening in your area or what is not happening more than anything else.
Make people know.
Wow.
All right. He's Anthony Filter, and he's the Shadow Minister of Investment and Commerce. I want to go right to the tape, you know. Right to the tape.
3 months after you opened. 3 months.
And I agree with you, but and also, just to understand about this, and I know you have the knowledge. It takes time to do the work that JP or Trust done. To fill the putting up
Raleigh,
Yeah, man, that's it.
big up yourself. Let me pause this.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Because I was just talking to
Hi Maureen, how are you? Bless up, bless up.
MP Anthony Hilton about the urban center over there in Marantay. The man then said the urban center, private. That's what Lickett and Shirley tell you using. And what Anthony Hilton said, yeah.
It can't be private if the Factories Corporation is involved. The Factories Corporation is a state entity. And Tony is the man who's basically fronting the project. So it can't be Tony is the chairman of Factories Corporation of Jamaica. And he's the point man for the project. So it can't be a private project. It's a joint venture between the government and the private sector.
Well, Intel Cliff Hughes, so you know Raleigh, I know we.
Well, that's a stupid argument.
I saw the man tell Cliff Hughes, I'm going to
That
fight.
doesn't make sense. Because if it was purely a private venture, then he wouldn't be involved. There would be no need for Cliff Hughes to be talking to. You notice that is him Cliff Hughes talking to? Because he's the chairman of the Factories Corporation.
And Cliff Hughes was trying to say to him about his Factories Corporation and government entity.
Yeah, man, Factories are government. Right.
You know?
So it can't be it can't be a private sector project. It's a joint venture between the government. Yeah, man.
No.
That's just a stupidity.
Alright. I want
Where that
to
factory share of the project, where that factory share of the project is about 29 to
Awesome,
30%.
awesome.
29 to 30% is factory share.
Yeah, man.
Because what Anthony said that factories in deeper than them I tell you, because at one
Yeah.
point we think it was just land.
Yeah, man.
Hold on, Carl.
We had a 29% stake. I remember when the project was being opened, we never saw any private sector person. We saw Tani and the Prime Minister, which tells you that the government has an overwhelming impact on the project. It wasn't a private sector person. So we saw Tani as the chairman and the Prime Minister when the project was up.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ralston Hyman. That's what I'm saying, bro. There's no way that you can tell me that you guys don't have a huge role in the actual project. Can't tell me that. There's no way you can in good faith tell me that. No way. Because when I reviewed the Prime Minister's speech, he was almost French. Oui. So it was oui. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't I or he or sure Hurley. It was we. You understand? It's we this, we that, we everything.
We never saw the private investors.
Hold on, man.
Yeah, but that makes sense. That foolish is that because
It's alright. We know my listeners them here because we pay more than one time.
yeah, man, and it's foolish is that because as I said before, everybody saw when the project was being opened, it was Tani and the Prime Minister. So it tells that the government is a key player in the project. We never saw the private sector person.
When
Factories Corporation.
When they break down in Port Antonio, Barita was there, Michael Lee, NCB was there. When they break down in Port Antonio, and say they must spend the money.
Yeah, they are key players in the project, but factories have a big role in the project. Factories is not the majority shareholder, but they have a big stake in the project. That is why when the project was being opened more up there, it was Stanley and the Prime Minister himself.
So you think the Prime Minister didn't know that the place never ready?
Then the most examine the place for what they man, then when they want to go there, they must walk up and down to the place and to the place. They don't just an election gimmick. Because they know the Jamaican people vulnerable, they never want something when the tour. But if the tour, in go there before it opened up and all of them things, they say no the exact state of the place. It was just an election thing.
Wow.
Like many other things.
$1 million, if not more than 20 million.
Wow.
For the opening.
Yeah, man.
And 10 months after, no electricity, no water, and our information is telling us that adequate sewage system is not in place.
Wow.
And the excuse we tell you about Minister is rubbish because all those things should have been ready before the project opened.
Big rubbish, big garbage,
Yeah, man.
big garbage.
All those vital utilities should have been in before the project was declared open. Nonsense.
Really? I have a call on the line, but before I go to the call, when did Omar Davis implement $30 billion worth of tax? When that happened?
Oh my God.
Yes, implement $30 billion taxes on the Jamaica.
No, we have to check that. We don't recall that. No, we have to check that.
We don't recall it either.
No,
Let me
I have to check that.
Let me ask you something else. Government of Jamaica did a tax give back, they call it. Where the government gave back $20,000 to Jamaicans who earn less than, what, $3 million? Where did the Jamaican government get that money from?
From the people of Jamaica.
Who they got?
Taxi.
Did they get it from the sale of future revenues at Norman?
Oh, yeah, man. Norman Manley and the Donald Sampson International Airport. I thought you were talking about the first 1.5 billion scam. Yeah, man. That's where they got.
$11.4 billion.
Yeah, man. That's where they.
I'll be get 20,000 out of it.
Yeah, man. Came out of the proceeds. Yeah, man. Came out of the proceeds of the airport sales. Yeah, man. The revenues from the airport.
So, then you come here and tell me, say, because the government collect more taxes than they had planned.
No, that's not true because as we said before, the revenues have been stagnating at $1.1 trillion for the last 3 years. So whether they have Melissa or not this year, they have to find something to sell or come with a tax bracket.
Right.
I cut him off. I tell him in true life.
The revenues have been underperforming because the economy has not been growing. Simple.
Exactly. And we know the government told us that they sold the future, 12 years future revenue from the London International Airport. Meaning that we eat with bread of tomorrow. So we eat tomorrow and next week and next month.
Dead for hungry.
12 years dinner. We ate it all last year.
Right. So for all the trolls, tell them go and consult the Jamaica revenue estimates 26-27 for the financial year ending March 31, 2027, released by the Minister of Finance and presented to the House of Representatives on the 12th day of February 2026. Total revenues 1.1 trillion 24-25. Revenues estimated 25-26 1.1 trillion. Revenues estimated 26-27 1.1 trillion. The amount of collected so far up to December of this year, the 1.1 trillion for this year, was $766.85 billion. That was stated by the finance minister. So tell them get the right information before they come on the program.
So let's talk about 1.1 trillion.
Yeah.
In terms of revenue that they intend to collect taxes.
Correct.
Yeah. Let me take the call. Caller, good evening. Welcome to the college show.
Good evening.
You got the caller. I'm sure I'm going to say a long time I'm checking it.
The Satanists also fast. Let us be clear.
What?
The fact that someone fasts and pray does not necessarily mean that that person is righteous. We need to make that clear. I'm going to say that one more time. The fact that someone fasts and pray does not necessarily mean that that person is righteous, that that person is of God.
Wow.
Because the Satanists also fast and pray as well.
Wow.
Therefore, fasting and prayer cannot save you. Did you hear what I just said?
Yep.
Fasting and prayer cannot save you. Salvation can only come
Through Jesus Christ, yeah.
Romans chapter 10, verses 9 and 10 tells us how we should go at the crucial, at the crux of it. If thou confess Jesus as Lord, that's verse 9 of Romans 10. If thou confess with thy mouth Jesus is Lord,
Yes.
and believe in thine heart that God raised him from the dead, then you shall be saved.
Save.
Very important. And it goes on to talk about it with your mouth you confess and with your heart you believe, all of that. So it is critical. So fasting can save you. It is, however, very important. And if you read Holy Scripture, you would have seen both in the first covenant and the second covenant, i.e. the Old Testament and the New Testament, that fasting was a critical part of the lives of the men and women of God. And also, most importantly, our Lord and Savior, Jesus the Christ, Son of the living God, did fast and pray and encouraged his disciples to do same.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bolo VNR. It's been a while since I went live, but this is too important. So, I know a lot of my day ones are subscribed to Bolo VNR, right? Well, Bolo VNR 2.0, which was the backup channel, has taken flight, as you guys know, and we're at the point now where the channel has opened up to its full potential somewhat. What do I mean by that? Well, I have now Super Chat available, and I also have the memberships available. Alright? So if you want to support, make sure you go and subscribe to my YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen, on TikTok. Bolo VNR, subscribe to Bolo VNR 2.0 and be the first person to become a member. Surprise me. Let's go. Next video.
Guys, look at these chickens. Look at them. It just looks weird. Look at them. I've never seen a chicken foot like this. Look how they look stiff.
Look like a plastic.
And look at the
So when you're fasting, it's not just about abstaining from food. But also, those of you who like to be on your cell phone, every second, every call you have to answer. That's going to distract you. The same thing with other things such as watching television, cable, and such the like. The ideal thing is to lock yourself away. Lock yourself doesn't necessarily mean in a physical room, but it means that you make yourself totally available to God at His disposal, so you do not miss what He's saying and doing, and also whatever He has to say to you, you will not miss it. Critical. You are not available to all and sundry. I know, based on the jobs, someone like me, for example, fasting, I have to be doing teaching, preaching, and stuff like that. I know at times I'm going to have to lock myself away, but truth be told, someone like me, in very many instances, I have to like multitask, but I do find times in between where even for an hour, even though I may be at work, right? For an hour, I just say to them, don't knock my door, don't call me, I'm not available. Full stop.
Right.
Right? It may be for 2 hours or whatever.
Interesting.
And there are extenuating circumstances where I cannot show up. Yes? And I have to find some secluded area to go. But that enables me and you to focus like the hunter. To make sure that if you get just one opportunity to hear the word that you need from God, you don't miss it. One opportunity for God to touch you in ways that He has never touched before. You will get it, but I'm going to take it further now. Now, why should you cover your mouth? According to the word nestia or nestio. When you cover your mouth, you are saying to yourself, first and foremost, that, and acknowledging that man, that's you, cannot live by bread alone. You are noting that as important as food is, you need something and someone more important than the physical food that you eat. And therefore, you are prepared to give up what is seen as the staff of life, because food is the staff of life. And you are saying, I am prepared for a certain amount of time to abstain, to deprive myself of that which is important to me in order to connect with God, because God is more important than food. God is more important than cell phone. God is more important than sex. God is more important than a relationship. God is more important than the children. God is more important than the job. So fasting moves the hand of God and the heart of God. If there's anything that God responds to, is when His people fast and pray, as 2 Chronicles 7 and verse 14 tells us.
Javante, how you doing?
Who are called by my name will humble.
Javante, the link to the Bolo VNR 2.0 is pinned at the top of the comment section. Yeah, so the link to the live stream is pinned. That's the channel that has the membership. You know what I mean? Big up yourself.
Themselves humble. Fasting brings us to humility.
You know, I learned a lot just from listening to this first part, these 2 videos about fasting. I never knew that persons that do evil fast and pray as well. Wow. So not because you're fasting and praying that means you're gonna make it to heaven. Wow. Yeah.
Fasting brings out humility, and that is why fasting is given these names. Som, that's the Hebrew. Nestio, the Greek. The root being estio. Cover your mouth. Hunt for God instead of food. Restrict yourself. Literally put yourself under lock and key, lockdown. Certain privileges, things that you enjoy doing the most, you would refrain from doing such so that you don't miss what God is doing and is about to do, what he's saying. And more importantly, that you'll be more like him. It also speaks to afflicting yourself. And it doesn't mean to cut yourself up. But what it means is to take yourself, tear yourself away from habits that would cause you to be defiled. Habits that would drive a wedge between you and God. Habits that would cause open doors in your life so that Satan and his emissaries can have a field day in your life. Fasting is about resetting, realignment, recalibration. Fasting paves the way for regrowth. Yes. Many people do not know. These are gates. 12, 3, 6, 9. They are gates. Let me say it one more time. They are gates. And so from them, you are able to derive the 4 watches of the day and the 4 watches of the night. So let us do a little bit of that now, because this is teaching moment, because we have persons who are at different levels and stages, and it is important that you understand. You don't just follow blindly. Okay, so let's look at the $12, 3, 6, 9. They are gates. Let me say it one more time. They are gates. And so from them, you are able to derive the 4 watches of the day and the 4 watches of the night. So let us do a little bit of that now, because this is teaching moment. Because we have persons who are at different levels and stages, and it is important that you understand. You don't just follow blindly. Okay?
Sure.
So let's look at the watches of the day for starters. So the watches of the day, I'll put that caption at the top. Watches. So that's watches of the day. First watch is 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Okay.
So that's the first watch. The second watch, 9 a.m. to 12 noon. The third watch, 12 noon to 3 p.m. And the fourth watch, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Hope we are clear with that. So if you notice, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. That's one watch, first watch. 9 a.m. to 12 noon, your second watch. 12 noon to 3 p.m., your third watch.
Right.
And your fourth watch, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. So there you complete 9 p.m. That's the first watch. The second watch of the night, 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. The third watch of the night, 12 midnight to 3 a.m. And the fourth and final watch of the night, 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. So, first watch of the night, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Second watch of the night, 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. The third watch of the night, 12 midnight to 3 a.m. And the final watch of the night, 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. So there you have, when you combine the 4 watches of the night and the 4 watches of the day, you get the 24 hours. That's the 24-hour cycle. So there you realize then that these numbers 12, 3, 6, 9, they are gates. And when you lift them out, you get the cardinal points, the 4 cardinal points. So I'm going to lift them out now. So there, I'm going to put it in the middle there. But now I'm going to erase, but let's just put it in the middle. So when you lift them out like this, to get the cross, what looks like a cross there. Yes. So there you get your cardinal points as well. North,
South, east, and west.
south, east, and west. Many people do not make the connection. There you have 4 cardinal points. There. Here. You take them over here. So time is critical, and that's why God made time. If you notice how early He made the sun, moon, and the stars to regulate time and seasons.
Yeah.
Do not take it lightly.
Yeah.
Okay? So they are gates. Many people do not know these are gates. 12, 3, 6, 9. They are gates.
Oh, some understanding. I'm saying my breakdown those important. What is going on here? AI robot persecuting the apostle isn't going to stop what's coming ahead. Mighty God. Wow.
This is what is up ahead. Yes, you can call us prophet of doom and whatever. That's fine. That's fine. But if this island does not repent, friends, if Jamaica, and we're not talking about prayer breakfast, that's rubbish. Despite what I've just described, there are still authentic churches in Jamaica. And many of the people in Jamaica know about God, but they have no fear for God because of various reasons.
True. True.
We need to understand that because we as a nation know better, God is not going to give us
any pass,
the kind of grace forever that He has been giving to us. The time is coming when the plug is going to be pulled. Now, what is facing us? And let me tell you this. Apart from the judgment that is now intensifying in different ways, food shortages, remember the prophetic word that we need to store water because something major is coming up, re-water, in this island of Jamaica. Something major is coming up, re-water. And the prophetic word was given not very long ago about storing up water. Don't say you're waiting for the summer. Store water. Clean drinking water. Anyway, what is up ahead? It is not just an earthquake. And we had someone who spoke earlier this morning of an open vision she got. We also will face the prospect of volcanic activity.
Wow.
Because God has been speaking about that.
Wow.
Underwater volcano.
Wow.
And with the underwater volcano as well, tsunami and also earthquake.
Mighty
God.
God.
So you realize what there. So that's not a storm or a hurricane. It's worse than that.
Worse.
Because there is shaking, there is fire, there is ash. Right? Ash is all over the place.
Water.
Right? Crowded. The earth opening up, bridges collapsing, buildings collapsing, communication network going down. You notice the poles. I mean, each time I pass the poles, how many poles have been down and so on. Well, earthquake brings down poles too, utility poles, bring down buildings too.
Yeah.
Strong buildings, mash up bridges, destroy road network. You can't drive.
Yep.
Sometimes you can't even walk. Earthquake also cause tsunami. So tsunami is more than flooding. Then you think of diseases. Everything goes down in terms of communication, movements, and so on. Then you talk about flying in the air, the volcanic ash. Depending on how thick it is. It literally brings a place into isolation. Then you think of the acrid smell, depending on the kinds of gases that are emitted. So you have persons suffering from asthma and so on, right? All of a sudden, they become ill. I hope you're seeing what's happening, right? Reservoirs, where you have dams and reservoirs shattered because of the power of the earthquake. So water is gone. So if you think of earthquake, volcano, tsunami, and all the other things that would happen with that, the fires, because fires normally break out when you have earthquake and so on. I mean, it's crazy.
Mad.
It is frightening.
Insane, of course.
This is what is up ahead. Yes, you can call us prophet of doom and whatever. That's fine. That's fine. But if this island does not repent, friends, if Jamaica, and we're not talking about prayer breakfast, that's rubbish. And you can hate me all you want. That's nonsense. Prayer breakfast what?
Oh.
These robots are being marketed as social companions. But similar robots could be also used for warfare.
Hey, what's up, Colleen? Hey, Colleen, check it out. See what's going on? Yeah. I don't know if you know about memberships, but you want to become a member, get your badge, you know. Once you talk in the chat, everybody gonna know that, oh, that person is a star right there. You feel me? Yeah. And we got the emojis, the special emojis that they can access as well. Right? Start off with 5. The more members I get, the more emojis I'll be able to make. So, yeah, man. Let me see who's gonna become the first member of the chat, the member of the channel. Bolo VNR 2.0. That's why I'm here right now, baby.
There is so much debate about which direction all of this is headed. Many are convinced that AI will usher in a brand new golden age of peace and prosperity. But others are concerned that AI will be used to create a dystopian hellscape.
Yep.
The downside, if we get it wrong, is equally real. AI that behaves in ways its creators can't predict or control.
Exactly.
This isn't hypothetical. Anthropic has documented their own AI attempting deception, manipulation, and blackmail in control tests.
Can you imagine AI manipulating and deceiving? And they're talking about they want to have AI prime minister and AI judges. No, Lucy. No. Let me tell you something. I don't even know if being prepared for what is to come is like you cannot be prepared. You have to just align with God, and then God will just help you through all of those landmines that we're gonna have when AI is like fully out there. It's gonna be crazy, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you. It's gonna be insane. It's already insane what the live reality.
AI that lowers the barrier for creating biological weapons. AI that enables authoritarian governments to build surveillance states that can never be dismantled.
You hear that? Hey.
The people building this technology.
Can you imagine you in a state that is enslaving you, and the system that is used to enslave you, you can never tear it down? Just imagine that. Your freedom is gone, ladies and gentlemen.
Technology are simultaneously more excited and more frightened than anyone else on the planet. They believe it's too powerful to stop and too important to abandon. Whether that's wisdom or rationalization, one cannot really say, certainly from the perspective of those who are in the space. But the truth be told, friends, the dangers are very real. In fact, Anthropic has openly admitted that their latest AI model was willing to help users create chemical weapons.
What?
Anthropic Claude AI model is hailed as one of the best ones out there when it comes to solving problems. However, the latest version of the model, Claude Opus 4.6, has sparked a controversy due to its tendency to help people in committing heinous crimes.
Wow.
So when you look at it, friends,
Wow.
that which was made purportedly to make the world
Better.
a safer place, so to speak, more convenient
Can you imagine?
and easier to live in, is now developing into a nightmare. And primarily because God is not in it.
Exactly.
That's it.
That is it.
God is not in it.
God is not
And
a part
any
of
system, any innovation that is not guided by God, guided by righteousness. And when I say God is not in it, meaning because it could not happen without God's input,
it. Right.
directly or indirectly.
Right.
But what I mean is that it does not subscribe to the precepts and statutes of God. Once you have that, it means that such a system, such an organism, such a tool, such a machine, is only a matter of time
Dangerous.
before it will become a danger not only to itself, but to those around it.
Quite so.
Indeed, the world is shaping up to become even more and more unstable. These robots are...
Well, I tell you, that's a mouthful, boy.
Evening, Colin, and all on the chat. The joint venture in government B.
Oh no, that is why it is. Oh no, so that is why.
NCB.
Hold on, Ronnie. Go ahead, Ronnie. Do that.
We don't know. That is why it is good that Tony Hilton will ask a question of Abid Hill, who is in charge of the Ministry of Industry, Investment, Commerce, as well as the Factory Corporation, because there is no standard joint venture arrangement. The joint venture arrangement is specific to the particular project, so we want to know what is the arrangement in relation to this particular project. Only Abid Hill and Tony can answer those questions.
Well,
The
because
Prime Minister, the Prime Minister should answer.
Hold on, caller.
Okay, sorry,
So,
I was thinking. Sorry.
Yeah, the person to answer that question is the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Arvin Hill, the Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, and Tani Shirley, the Chairman of the Factories Corporation.
Okay.
Go ahead, Colin.
Because I heard what Uncle Ralston says, Colin, because it's the percentage that they're on, say they're in. So if it's a growth or if it's a success or a loss, who stand what and who stand where, and I agree. Chris, coming about there's no store and there's no all of those infrastructure that you would, anybody, even when you have built your house, Colin, you think of where you're going to put the store, the store where Peter, you have a 50 cents, compound, and you know which part you're going to run the line, if you have a cook up it, so,
Common sense.
You as a small person or then
Yeah.
have that on the ground. The project could not be approved without those standards. Those are basic things. So I don't understand this game that these things are not there. I can't wrap my head around it. Is this one of the chess playing that these people doing, Colin and Uncle Ralston? Because
No,
that
that was-
doesn't sound credible or feasible. Because there must have been a feasibility study, an environmental study, a risk assessment.
Facts.
All those have to be put in place for a project to be approved and move
Facts.
forward. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right.
She's right.
So it's not a game of chess, it's a game of checkers. It was just an election game of checkers. So on, not check, it's checkers.
Is that true?
Yeah man, it's checkers, not checks. It's too simple.
Okay. I leave that. That is my only question tonight. Two things that it's been answered. So we are going to be waiting for Parliament for us to hear about this joint venture, then Uncle Ralston. And I'm hoping when we hear something, I can call you back and we can discuss it in more detail. Because we do not have the detail of this joint venture. And we don't know what rules they apply to this joint venture.
Correct. So we expect the Shadow Minister to ask that question sometime next week.
Okay then. Have a good evening, everybody. We're waiting for that. Colin, make sure we know that we can remind Uncle Ralston because we keep a key here, or because this is his
Yeah,
Have
man.
a good evening.
I want to know what kind of commitment the government has made to the people who are investing in this project, Rally. Rally? Rally, start.
Mm.
Yeah, man, we are saying that we want to hear what kind of commitment the government make to them
Yeah,
investors.
man.
Because
Yeah, man.
when you're asking a parish council to pay $10.3 million
Madness.
in
Madness.
lease,
Madness.
eh? Where do we
Madness.
get that from?
Madness. Madness. Madness.
Oh, Rally, when we look at the whole scope of the government implementing these taxes and we're looking for growth, explain to the people again, because last night somebody called me and I was saying to them that you don't tax the people when you want to ramp up growth. You don't tax when you're just coming out of a disaster. You stimulate.
Yeah, man.
Explain to us how we're going to get growth with this kind of system that the government is putting in place.
I can't see it. I can't see it, and the government themselves don't see it, because, as I said before, they are projecting a decline of 4.5% this year and 0.5% next year. That decline is going to be steeper than they projected for. So they are not seeing growth themselves next year. They are seeing a decline, but that decline is conservative because taxes shrink the economy. There are two stools. The government of Jamaica control fiscal policy. That is, they tax you and they spend. And the Bank of Jamaica control monetary policy. They control the money supply. So what we're seeing is that the Bank of Jamaica is tightening up and the government is also tightening up. That means the people have less disposable income, and that is going to lead to a further contraction of the economy. Simple.
If the government is saying that for this year, 2025, 2026, ending April, we are going to have a decline of what,
4.5%. It's going to be steeper than that.
Hold on. And for the financial year 26, 27, we're going to see a decline of how much? 0.5%. Doesn't this mean, Rally? So for all of next year, for all of the next financial year, there's going to be a decline, adding up to 0.5%. Does that mean that Jamaica will be in a recession?
Yeah. Okay.
Never know again. The government in their budget projection or presentation says that they are seeing a decline of 4.5% 2025, 2026, hold on, Marie, and a decline of 0.5% for the financial year 2026, 2027. Does that mean that Jamaica will be in a recession?
So you're looking at 2 consecutive years of economic decline.
Nobody can tell the people in that.
Up on the show, you can look at page 11, because I don't read. Look at page 11 of the fiscal policy paper, which was presented by the Minister of Finance on the medium-term debt strategy. They are projecting.
Hold on there. Google. Fiscal policy papers. Fiscal policy paper, Jamaica, 2026. See if I can access that. Here it is. Page 11. One quick Google search on people. Alright, let me see where else to know. It's a page 11. Alright, where must it be?
We have GDP growth, 0.5% 2024. The economy declined in 2024-25, and then 4.5% for this year, and then 0.5% for next year. So we're going to have 3 consecutive years of economic decline.
So that means we are in a recession now?
Basically. We are calling it secular stagnation. Yeah. 3 consecutive years.
So this quarter, yeah. No, there's a quarter in December. We have any no.
And then 0.5% for the growth Minister of Finance on the medium term debt.
Nobody can tell the people in that.
Up on the show, you can look at page 11, because I don't read. Look at page 11 of the fiscal policy paper, which was presented by the Minister of Finance on the medium term debt strategy. They are projecting Real GDP growth, 0.5%, 2020.
Medium-term debt strategy. Medium-term debt strategy. Alright, see there? Oh, this is the one he was talking about. Alright. No, not the right one. Page 11. Risks posed by public bodies, not guaranteed loans, also declined. It says, compare statistic. Can I read this aloud, by the way? That would be nice, eh? That would be nice. Let me see.
Comparative static simulations of changes in the JMD/USD exchange rate, domestic and external interest rates, and the consumer price index showed the debt portfolio being most sensitive to movements in the exchange rate. A 3% depreciation of the Jamaica dollar relative to the US dollar in FI 2025/26 is estimated to increase the debt stock and interest cost by $37,424.5 million and $1,750.4 million, respectively. This sensitivity to adverse exchange rate movements and the potential impact on adjusted portfolio costs supports the current debt management strategy to reduce foreign currency risk exposure. The government's financing requirement for FI 2025/26 is $158,441.9 million, which is a reduction of $92,998.5 million relative to FI 2024/25. To secure the necessary funding, the government plans to focus primarily on domestic bond issuances, in keeping with the selected strategy, S1, which aims to secure an average of 56% of financing from the domestic market over the medium term. The government intends to issue bonds across the short, medium, and long segments of the yield curve, mainly at longer tenors in order to maintain or increase the portfolio's average time to maturity, which is currently targeted at 9 years or more. Overall, the issuance strategy aims to satisfy demand across all segments of the yield curve and should augur well for further development of the domestic debt market. As a show of confidence in the Jamaican economy, Standard & Poor's, S&P, Global Ratings affirmed the GOJ's long-term foreign and local currency issuer default rate, IDR, at BB-, revising the outlook from stable to positive in September 2024. This rating action reflected S&P's assessment of the country's continued strengthening of institutional and policy frameworks, which the agency asserted will lead to more sustainable public finances and balanced long-term economic growth. The change in outlook was based on the GOJ's proactive policies and actions to secure access to diverse financing products to mitigate financial disruptions from disasters, and the BOJ's continued modernization, legal independence, and official inflation targeting mandate.
So let me hear Austin again.
You can look at page 11, because we don't read. Look at page 11 of the fiscal policy paper. It was presented by the Minister of Finance on the medium-term debt strategy. They are projecting real GDP growth, 0.5% 2024, the economy declined in 2024-25, and then 4.5% for this year, and then 0.5% for next year. So we're going to have 3 consecutive years of economic decline.
So that means we are in a recession now?
Yep.
Basically.
Stagnation.
Basically. We are calling it secular stagnation. Yeah.
Damn.
Yep. 3 consecutive years.
We are in a bad place, Jamaica.
So this quarter, no, the quarter, there's a quarter in December. We have any numbers on that quarter yet?
No, we're waiting on starting with that. Maybe next.
Any numbers? It's ending April. We are going to have a decline of what, 4 point what?
4.5%. It's
in April.
conservative because tax not seen.
You don't tax when you're just coming out of a disaster. You stimulate.
Yeah, man.
Explain to us how we're going to get growth with this kind of system that government is putting in place.
I can't see it. I can't see it, and the government themselves don't see it because, as I said before, they are projecting a decline of 4.5% this year and 0.5% next year. That decline is going to be steeper than they projected for. So they are not.
You explain.
What?
No, really. When we look at the whole scope of the government implementing these taxes.
Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, I feel, you know how long when I really do this, but right now, the whole thing serious with the tax them, the government that implement, I definitely have to do a video on this, see? But I want you to listen carefully to your teacher, you know. Who is the teacher? The teacher is Ralston Hyman. I want you to listen carefully to what the teacher said, Jamaica. I want to listen to this.
And we're looking for growth. Explain to the people again, because last night somebody called me and I was saying to them that you don't tax the people when you want to ramp up growth. You don't tax when you're just coming out of a disaster. You stimulate.
Listen.
Explain to us how we're going to get growth with this kind of system that the government is putting in place.
I can't see it. I can't see it, and the government themselves don't see it because, as I said before, they are projecting a decline of 4.5% this year and 0.5% next year. That decline is going to be steeper than they projected for. So they are not seeing growth themselves next year. They are seeing a decline, but that decline is conservative because taxes shrink the economy. There are two tools. The government of Jamaica controls fiscal policy. That is, they tax you and they spend. And the Bank of Jamaica controls monetary policy. They control the money supply. So what we're seeing is that the Bank of Jamaica is tightening up and the government is also tightening up. That means the people have less disposable income, and that is going to lead to a further contraction of the economy. Simple.
If the government...
Bitter medicine, Jamaica. Bitter medicine. Poison. Poisoning government are poisoning right now. I want to listen to you, General. Listen to your teacher.
He's saying that for this year,
What's up, Mama?
2026, ending April, we're going to have a decline of what?
4.5%. It's going to be steeper than that.
Hold on. And for the financial year 26, 27,
yes,
we're going to see a decline of how much? 0.5%. Doesn't this mean rally? So for all of next year, for all of the next financial year, there's going to be a decline, adding up to 0.5%. Does that mean that Jamaica will be in a recession?
Yeah. Okay.
Never know again, right? The government in their budget projection or presentation says that they are seeing a decline of 4.5%, 2025, 2026, hold on, Marie, and a decline of 0.5% for the financial year 2026, 2027. Does that mean that Jamaica will be in a recession?
So you're looking at 2 consecutive years of economic decline.
Nobody can tell the people that.
Upon the 12, you can look at page 11, because we don't know it. Look at page 11 of the fiscal policy paper, which was presented by the Minister of Finance on the medium-term debt strategy. They are projecting real GDP growth 0.5% 2024, the economy decline in 2024-25, and then 4.5% for this year, and then 0.5% for next year. So we're going to have 3 consecutive years of economic decline.
So that means we are in a recession now?
Basically. We are calling it secular stagnation. Yeah. 3 consecutive years.
So this quarter, no, there's a quarter in December. We have any numbers on that quarter yet?
No, we're waiting on starting with that. Maybe next month we'll get it.
So the PIOJ not come out yet?
No, we're not here from the PIOJ.
So, but Ralston Island, you're saying that there's a decline for the last quarter. Nothing. What was the first quarter of 2025? What was the number? Did we grow?
The first quarter of 2025? No. Remember, 2025 we had 2 consecutive quarters of decline, and then we have the 3.2.
Hold on, 2024, we had the 3 consecutive quarters of decline.
Right.
When we say
First quarter of
recession,
25. Right. First quarter of 25, we're at 1.1%. After we changed the way we calculated GDP. Second quarter, we're at 1.6% positive. Third quarter, we had 5.1% positive. So that's 2025.
we are 5.1% positive, and that's coming. That's 5.1% over the same quarter last year.
Yeah, because the same quarter last year we declined by 3.4%.
So each of these is over the quarter last year.
Yeah, man, quarter over quarter. Yeah, that's how
Right.
we do it.
So when you really look at it, we don't really go nowhere.
No.
And the fourth quarter of this year now, where Belisa, Bangarang, Inner, we expect to come out on the minus side. That's what they say about
We expect to come out at, yeah, and for the overall year, they are projected that they'll come out at minus 4 points. It is going to be higher than that, but this is their projection.
That's the government projection that's coming out minus 4.5%.
4.5.
And they are projecting that 2026, 2027
minus 0.5.
0.5%. So Jamaica is in a recession.
Yeah. Basically.
There's nothing wrong with it. That we know. We are saying to the Jamaican people that the country is in a recession. Vex who want vex, boss who want vex. Can the more vex in around?
Yeah.
You are going to vex for this. But look at the
So
numbers.
these are their numbers.
Government numbers we use. Government numbers. Look on them. Have a caller? Caller, good evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you go to Portland Spice TV on YouTube, Portland Spice TV on TikTok, and go and subscribe. That's where I go to get my financial, the actual, where we are economically. And I would suggest that you guys do the same. You can fact check what Mr. Alston is saying and go to the page yourself and read. Because really and truly, it doesn't matter what we say to you. If you guys don't go and do some reading and investigating for yourselves, all you're going to do is be in the comment section, especially the elaborate them. All you're going to do is be in the comment section talking about the bad mind and third term and fourth term loaded on one bag of crap. When literally we are in a bind. We are really in a bad place. And what compounds the situation is not that we're just in a bad place financially. We're in a terrible place spiritually as a country. And all of it, all systems are tumbling down, ladies and gentlemen. All systems are tumbling down. I'm not even gonna lie to you. If it was possible to leave Jamaica, I would. In this time right now, I would leave Jamaica. Momentarily, yes I would. Because something very, very, a lot of things happening at once, but there's gonna be a big bang. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna shake the very core of this island. And it's like these things that are happening already is like a warm-up. It's like a warm-up. You know what I mean? And guys, do remember the 19th, no, not the 19th, this Monday coming, Marvin Edgar, protest. 100,000 people strong is required for the protest, a peaceful protest. Same place the PNP had their protest the last time, Hero Circle. So, I see London 45 also advertising it, and I'm saying y'all need to go check that out, man. Real talk. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Peace. Yep. Had to do it. Had to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Ralston Hyman for you right there. Ralston Hyman for you right there. Alright. Alright. This is where we are. is where we are.
The medical system in this country now.
Chairman and Member of Parliament for East Central St. Andrew, Dennis Gordon, in relation to Africa.
Thank you. He was holding a dollar.
I can guarantee us that they give us the index number. Because you file it, the way it works in Queens, you file the document, give the people. I sat up with the legal team until 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh,
I sat up with you.
okay, there it is. All right. Let me use this one. All right.
When you're sacrificing your time from your family, your business, your life.
Term, he's still there. I know my talk of the things. So, I want to repeat me. I know I'm not. So, that gentleman speaking is a current member of the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council. His name is Peter Gracie. He represents the South, the same region that we're asking you to go and vote for. You know me at all.
July, no.
You know me at all. I want to repeat me. You know me at all. You know me at all. I want to know go and I want to know vote that way. This man is not running for re-election. He did his term, he's still there. I know my talk of the things. So, let me hear what I
Let me hear what I say.
Government, it is supposed. How can a body meant to represent Jamaicans living abroad be structurally dependent on the same government it is supposed to advise? Before I walk away as a diaspora representative, as my 3-year term is up the end of this month, Jamaicans in the diaspora, please pay close attention to what I'm going to say. Because if we want real diaspora voice, oh boy. Listen, I just have to be Peter Gracie and tell you like it is. If the diaspora doesn't lead itself, it will always be led. I've given 3 years of my life serving as the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council representative for the Southern United States. 3 years of my life serving my country. And for those who may not know, the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council was created to represent Jamaicans living outside of Jamaica. It is meant to be a bridge between Jamaicans abroad and the government of Jamaica. Each region of the world has diaspora representatives, and we're supposed to gather concerns, ideas, opportunities, and recommendations from the diaspora and help shape dialogue at the national level. It's a very powerful concept, very powerful. And for the 3 years of my life, I have served my country. I have served as a representative for the Southern United States, unpaid, unfiltered, and with one goal: to serve Jamaicans in the diaspora with integrity. Not to serve titles and people who think the diaspora is an elite social club or a secret society of some sort. And let me be very clear. This is not about party politics, no. It is not about the Prime Minister. It is not about the opposition leader. It is not about the Minister of Foreign Affairs or Foreign Trade. No, it is not about any of those. This message is about structure. Because structure determines whether something succeeds
or it fails. Yes.
The Global Jamaica Diaspora Council is a powerful concept. It can work, it should work. As a matter of fact, before I go any further, let me say thank you to the original advisory board and the representatives that came before me and the ones that are currently serving. And to the people who voted for me, I want to say thank you very much. I really appreciate you, and thank you for letting me serve you. And for the people who work with me at the Jamaica Diaspora Council Southern USA, you're always there, and thank you very much. Now listen carefully, because this is where the mind of Peter Gracie is taking a turn, live. We cannot call ourselves a diaspora council while being chaired from Jamaica. Let that sink in. How can a body meant to represent Jamaicans living abroad be structurally dependent on the same government it is supposed to advise?
Yes.
That right there, that's backwards. True representation must be independent. If we are to advise the government of Jamaica, then we must stand separate from it.
Of
we
course.
must build our structure, our legitimacy, our voice, and then the government comes to the table to consult us, not the other way around. Because when government influence is injected into diaspora representation, what do you think happens? Partisan energy creeps in.
Yep.
Political loyalty creeps in.
Yep.
And suddenly, people start acting like they are representatives of a party instead of representatives of Jamaicans abroad.
Right.
And that is dangerous. And I made a decision early on. I would serve with dignity, but I would not compromise my name. Because when you are not being paid, when you're sacrificing your time from your family, your business, your life, The least you can protect is your integrity.
Yes.
Because they're not even going to tell you thanks in the end.
Yes.
Listen, would I do it again under the current structure? Absolutely not. Not unless it is independent, not unless it is clear.
Damn. He tricked me on that one. He said absolutely. Pause. Not. Damn.
Not unless it is respectful, and not unless those who lead as chair understand that showing up late, ignoring formal advice, and pushing political undertones weakens the entire mission. We can lead from the diaspora. We have doctors, we have entrepreneurs, educators, poets, storytellers, nurses, builders, strategists, entertainers. We don't need political dependency to validate our intelligence. No. What we need is unity with structure. Build the council first. Organize state representation properly. Create dialogue. Set the foundation. Then approach the government and say, hey, this is what we have. Look what we've built. Look what we've built. Work with us. Not beg, not posture, not perform. No, work with us. Serve. And to those who undermine efforts instead of strengthening them, that's not leadership. That's ego. None of this protest and all of them foolishness. That's ego. The diaspora deserves better. We don't need to argue with headlines. We don't need to recycle news statistics, old news. We need to empower everyday Jamaicans abroad with real situation, real information, real opportunity, real pathway to connect back home or thrive where they are. And if you can't go back home, that's okay. Build where you are, love where you are, represent Jamaica with excellence where you are. Because Jamaica is not just geography. No, Jamaica is spirit that people look up to, the globe look up to. And the diaspora is not an extension of politics. No, it is an extension of the people. If we want a free diaspora council, we must first free the diaspora from political dependency. Otherwise, we are not a council or a costume. Peter Macy. One love.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
Kevin, can I big up this man?
Powerful.
We can magnify it. You can. All right. Can you read it?
I can.
All right. It says, and yet this is the first time. This is a comment.
Yeah.
And I think it's Facebook post.
Hey, what's going on, Beverly?
It says, and yet this is the first time you have ever come across my feed. Never heard of you. Why is that? Who have you been focusing on in the diaspora?
So because this idiot never heard of the man, that means that the man, listen, I've never seen the Chinese president come across my timeline. Does that mean that the Chinese president is not the Chinese president? Just, what is wrong with these people, bro? Like, do you understand algorithms? Have you ever gone to Google search and typed in the Diaspora Council of Jamaica, specifically in that region?
This is a response to our...
I've seen this man, but I didn't know what his position was. I've seen him many times come across my Facebook feed, but I never knew who he was and what he represented. I just know that when he was speaking the truth. When I heard him, he had powerful advocations, advocative, speeches in regards to Jamaica and where Jamaica needs to be. That's all I know about him. That's the honesty about what I think of him. Now it all makes sense. Hearing this, now it all makes sense.
There's some pre-existing conflict with someone. Should have given context as to what you are reacting to and maybe provide a link to the issue that caused this video. I don't know how the Diaspora Council is supposed to represent the group, but has never reached out to certain people or made certain people aware of its existence and its current activity. Should have listed what you accomplished in your 3 years and the links to the evidence of them, because there may be many others who have never come across you nor the council until this video. The number one thing you guys should have accomplished is gaining the diaspora the right, gaining the diaspora the right and access to register to vote from abroad and to vote from abroad via absentee ballots. Then people can get done the political impact they want to have directly without having to buy a plane ticket for a moving target voting date, or to buy a plane ticket for a moving target voting date that is no set date on the calendar. All right. Let's start the analysis. One of the things he said protest, foolishness about ego. And let's start here. By that statement, he's telling you that he never participated in any of the 4 protests we had in these United States. 2 in New York, 1 in DC, 1 in Florida. I don't think he's a, well, first of all, we're talking about the Global Diaspora Council. And I don't recall if we had a protest against the council. The 4 protests in New York, I attended all of them. The name Global Jamaica Diaspora Council may have been mentioned, but it was not a priority issue. In fact, I have a shirt from one of the protests, and I want to show you what he said protest is foolishness. See this? What are we protesting against? The call to action against corruption, crime,
Poverty. Again. Broken promises.
Okay.
No standing.
Here it is. Nowhere on it does it say Global Jamaica Diaspora Council. And he says that protest is foolishness. Protest is foolishness. Andrea asked the question, how is protest evil? Because guess what? We had...
Oh, now I understand the context of what is going on. Jamaica's 956, big up yourself. Now I understand the context of what is going on, right? So that general, he looks like he looks at Mr. Will Rattigan in a look sideway. Well, some people might, I'm gonna tell you why. Some of them might think that Mr. Will Rattigan is biased towards a party. Some people think that I am. At first, not so much. No, I can't say that I am overly biased, but there is a little bit of bias. Why? Because the JLP is just evident. The evidence shows that the JLP is just that terrible. It's not my fault. It's not my fault that they are proven to be inherently wicked. It's not my fault. It truly isn't my fault. It truly isn't my fault that they have done wrong time and time again by the people of Jamaica. It's not my fault, ladies and gentlemen. Alright? So I won't apologize for not supporting the Jamaica Labour Party. They don't deserve my support. They never did anything to say, yeah man, let me say, yeah man, I know say this party are the right party to lead the people into a space for us to be prosperous. No, too much criminal there in our party, too much thief, too much uncertified people, too much people who break the law and then act wrong and strong. Too much of that. Too much. We can't deal with it. And I have said before, if there's anybody in the People's National Party that is like that, let the purge begin. And when I say purge, I mean the law taking its course and people getting locked up and imprisoned and assets being removed and taken away and freezed. Them type of thing they may talk about. We need money. Where's the trillions of dollars that is unaccounted for? There are suffering people now and babies that have not been born already because of the mismanagement of our resources. What are you talking about? We need people in government that we can trust. I don't trust Andrew. I don't trust none of them in the Jamaica Labour Party. How about you?
Them shaking in their boots as a result of this. He forgot that it wasn't just protest. He forgot that we also registered the name Global Jamaica Diaspora Council. Right? And he should also remember that if things had worked out, he wouldn't be saying that he's a Global Jamaica Diaspora Council representative for the South. He wouldn't be, because he wouldn't be able to use that name. In fact, that name was registered in Florida. So he wouldn't be able to do that. But, so let's just put the protesting thing aside, because I don't know if he's referring to the 4 protests. I don't know if he's referring to another protest. All I can tell him is that our protest was about the things that we saw on the t-shirt. And the protest reverberated throughout the Foreign Affairs Ministry and the government of Jamaica. Because for the very first time, they saw people in the streets protesting what was going on in Jamaica. Now let me show you something. See this? Let me show you what this is. One of the terms of reference. Right, this is the last one. The one that updated as of the 13th of October. But this what I'm about to show you appears in the first one, First version, second version, and third, this one. And remember what he said, he talked about governance, saying that the governance, and he talked, not the structure, he mentioned structure, saying that, and he also went on to say that he would not serve under the current structure, this is the government, because he was saying that you can't have a diaspora council that's being led by people living in Jamaica. We agree with him on that. Here it is. The question I have to ask him is this. Was he aware that this was in the terms of reference when he first ran? Because if he was aware, and he joined the organization, and he waited 3 years to come out and say, then that's questionable. If he didn't know about this when he went in, shame on him. Because how are you going to join an organization and you don't know the terms of reference of the organization? Who's in charge, for example? That's basic. Who's in charge? What's the reporting requirements? What's the chain of command? If he doesn't know those things, then shame on him. Another question, did he mention this when he was running 3 years ago? Did he mention this and said, I'm going in to change the structure? Did he mention that? Another question, did he find out about this at the end of his tenure? Because if he says he found out about it at the end, that means that he was sitting there taking up space. Was he doing anything?
Yeah.
I don't think that's the case. I think he knew. So then the question is, if he knew, why wait until now? He sat there for 3 years. Why wait until now to come out and bash the government? He has placed himself in a very unenviable position. And that is, he's persona non grata by the government, declared by the government. They don't want to have nothing to do with him again. And he's damaging himself in the diaspora because all you have to do, people, is to ask the simple question. Mr. Gracie, you've been there for 3 years. Why is it that we're only hearing about this now that you said that you're leaving? Why is it that we're only hearing about this now that you said that you're leaving?
Wow.
And he said it was created to help people in the diaspora. And then he went on to say, it's 3 years of my life, and he went on, and it's voluntary. Mr. Gracie, nobody put a gun to your head and told you that you had to do this.
True.
You volunteered, so don't complain.
True.
You volunteered your time. You volunteered self and service for this project. So don't come and give us such stories now about you spend 3 years of your life and away from your family. By the way, away from your family doing what? How many meetings have you attended? Global Jamaica Diaspora Council. Here's another thing. How many?
Because he said people showing up late.
Here's another thing. Yeah, but how many meetings? Here's another, because he said that's in reference to him saying he's been away from his family for 3 years. As if to say when he went to another country and he was away from his family. Right? Here's another thing. How many diaspora conference in Jamaica? No, better yet, have you attended the Global Jamaica Diaspora Conference? Or did you attend it in Jamaica? Because if you did, then it sounds like you're a hypocrite. And then the other thing is, you went there. What about the hot wash? Meaning, what about after action report? Did you provide something to your constituency members? Did you do a report to say, this is what happened down there? What did you provide? So while we applaud you for making these statements, for letting them know what we have been preaching around here for years, that this thing is led and supported. And it's right there on the screen. Led and supported. We've been preaching this for years. And we're not on the council. And they don't want us on the council because they know once we get there, this is going to be front and center issue for us. We're going to have them discuss this. Then the question is, if you felt this way, rule says, and here it is right here. Here it is right here. Amendment of the terms of reference. And it tells you that you can amend, vary, or modify in writing by no less than 2/3 votes the terms of reference. Now, did you at any point raise this to a vote while you were sitting on the council? Did you raise this to a vote to say, listen, I disagree with the structure. The diaspora should be a standalone organization. It should help people in the diaspora. We should have a bridge with the government of Jamaica. Did you raise that issue to amend this? Did you raise the issue to amend this? This governance structure. Did you raise the issue to amend this? And if you did, how many times did you do it? And where's the paperwork? And if you felt that you couldn't serve in that capacity because of resistance to it, why didn't you resign? Because there's a provision here that you can resign. You can resign. So again, while we're applauding what you did to highlight it and say, listen, I'm on the council. This is how I think. I'm on the council. I know what's going on. and this thing is not working, and it should have never been like this, and da 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 da. By the way, you said that you thanked the advisory council, the people first who did this. Do you understand that they are also responsible for these things in there? Do you understand that when this thing was concocted, that it wasn't done only by the government of Jamaica, our own people meaning that diasporans sat in on this and allowed these terms and conditions to be placed in this document? Are you aware of that? I invite you, I would love to have you on this program. I would love to have you on this program. But guess what? I know you won't come. I know you won't come. Because while it's powerful for you to sit there and openly proclaim your disapproval of certain things, it's going to be difficult for you to sit and have a discussion with somebody who knows the rules as well or better than you. And based on what you've said, your utterances, we're not going to ask you the tough questions. You're not going to come. I would love for you to come to explain, because there are lots of questions to ask you. Sheesh. And so I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt that you made these statements because you're frustrated with what's going on, and that you may have raised these things and people ignored you, and so you felt like there was no point in staying, and so you were going to refrain from running a re-election campaign. We'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But we want you to come here. We want you to come here. I heard you were on a program this morning. Program broadcasted out of New York. I heard you were on that program. But I'd love for you to come here, because guess what? We know the terms of reference. And I'm willing to bet you, I am willing to bet you that around here, we know the terms of reference and the policy. And the manual concerning the election. We know them better than you. And I want you to prove me wrong. I want you to come and let's have a discussion.
Please.
Professor.
Well, as it relates to the elections, in one of his comments, on the video, he responded to the question, why was Ratigan removed? He said he don't know, he doesn't know, he doesn't follow the committee, the electoral committee. So maybe the election-related questions you probably won't be able to answer. But I'll send out a word to see if he's willing to come and talk. Another word, I should say, to see if he's willing to come and talk next weekend. Should be interesting.
Yeah, we'd love for him to come on. And the first question we're going to ask him, and he might as well prepare for it now, is why the statement and why not? That's the first question we're going to ask. Why wouldn't he hear about you? And if you notice, a lot of you're hearing about him now since Melissa. Since Melissa, primarily since Melissa, we've heard from him. And I tell you what, he's been saying things, trying to hold the government accountable. The only problem is that he's a lame duck person. He's not running for re-election. And so he's saying these things, and we're saying, well, why didn't you say them? Why didn't, not Melissa, but trying to hold government accountable and the council accountable? Why didn't you say them when you first got on there? Because here's what happened. If you had read the terms of reference, you would have gotten on that when you got elected by, I think, 700 votes. You would have gotten on that council fully aware of the issues and fully prepared to call for change. Then, and call for change, and if they want to kick you out, then fine, but then kick you out, because then you can come out and say to the people, listen, this is what's going on, and just think about the impact that would have. But instead, you stay there and just know. And look, I think you're an intelligent man, and I think you should know that people, it's an obvious question. It's a very obvious question. We never hear about this before, at least publicly. Maybe you said it to people privately, or maybe you said it publicly, but we haven't heard. We haven't heard. And so now we're hearing it, and we're asking, well, where was he? He said he's been here 3 years. And by the way, please don't come up around here and say, and if you come, it's a bad posture to come and say, well, you give up 3 years of your life and your family and your business because you didn't have to do it, so don't complain. You knew it was a voluntary position. You knew that. So you can't come around here and say those things. It's a disservice to the council, it's a disservice to you, it's a disservice to the manual, because they tell us right out in the manual. They tell you right, in fact, let me see if we can find it again. They say straight out in the manual that this position is, you pay your own way. They say it. So I don't know why you would come and make that an argument. That's not, no. And then you also said you serve your country. Somebody in the chat said, what country is he talking about? You're not sure. Not sure what country.
In what capacity? That should be the question.
We're not sure. Let me see something. All right, here it is right here.
I thought I was the only one that did that. Read that, and I read to myself, just like how when we used to go to school and you had to do maths. You used to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I say it to yourself. Same way, X over Y equal. And you had to do maths and you say it mumbling in it. Right. Yeah.
Okay, here it is. It is right here. Voluntary service. I mean, if you read the manual, you would have seen this right here. Here it is right here. GJDC members serve on a voluntary basis and are therefore not compensated. Come back. Kevin feel the power. GDC members serve on a voluntary basis.
Yo.
And are therefore not compensated. So I don't know why you come and even mention that. And here it is right here. Members also acknowledge and agree that due to resource limitations, expenditure related to travel will be the responsibility of each member. So if you travel, you have to spend, if you travel to go visit people in the constituency or whatever you do, you have to pay your own way. You know this, man. You know this. So I don't know why you would come out and say this thing. But you see what happened? It sounds good enough, people, if you don't know the history, if you don't know the terms of reference, if you don't know the organization. It sounds good, like, oh yeah, I'm going to talk about the things. But when you know it, and you say, but wait a minute, I'm going to talk about the things, but first of all, why am I talking? No. Yes, it's better late than never, but why no? And then some of the things that he's raising, he knew. So I don't understand. I'm trying to find something here that talks about resignation. Trying to find termination.
He's not resigning. He's just
No, but
turning out.
But the point I'm raising is that if he felt that way about this situation, why sit here and punish yourself for 3 years? Why not do? Yeah, why not do this? Here it is right here, termination of GJDC member. Here it is right here. A GJDC member may resign at any time during his tenure. The moment they said, no, the government is going to run this and we don't care what you said, you could have resigned.
Yep.
So why stay there 3 years? We don't hear from you.
I'm not going to give you an example of what Mr. Rattigan is talking about, right? Because let's be frank, ladies and gentlemen. We remember the situation with Mr. Tufton and the member of the board when there was an issue based off, just, oh, wait a minute, what is this? When there was an issue with the board, there was an issue with the board. I don't know. Damn. Hey, man. When there was an issue with the board, ladies and gentlemen, and choosing somebody at UHWI to come and fix the problem, what did the man do? The man resigned. The man said they were going in a direction and based off principle. The man said, yo, I'm out. So that's basically what Mr. Rattigan is saying. He had the opportunity to do that. And I'm saying personally, you can't argue with that type of logic. You would be a fool to even try. You would be a fool to even try and argue that type of logic, honestly.
Come out and then you blast the government at the end of the thing. Yes, blast the government, but blast them when you... And the thing is, you should have gone in there with an agenda to say, I am going in there to effect change in the structure. And you say it. And you say, I would never go back there given the structure. But you sat there for all of this time.
Well, he was learning the structure.
No, you should have learned it from before going in there. And Chris Bowles, right, he said exiting first and then criticizing is really seen as principled. It often looks opportunistic. And it sounds like he had some problems with people. I don't know, I don't want to get into that. Whatever occurred between him and them. I'm just saying that.
Hopefully, get the opportunity to ask him.
Hopefully. All right. Look, we just move this because we're just hoping that he will take up the offer and then he will come here to talk to us. Because we want to talk to him about the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council, the Diaspora Conference. We want to talk to him about that. We don't know if it's 2 conferences he went to or 1. He's been there 3 years. He was 2 years before. So I think 1. So we want to talk to him about that, his thoughts. We want to talk to him about his involvement and how why did he go? If he felt that it was run by the government. And did he brief his community when he came back? Did he brief his community before? We have lots of questions. Kevin, we could just play the thing because we only have 23 minutes left. Let's just play the audio. Okay.
People, I gotta run, you know. I gotta run. I have to do this again tomorrow. For even the first hour of the show, or the first half an hour of the show. For the first half an hour of the show, I'm gonna be promoting super chats and the memberships. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm gonna be sorry about that. I'm gonna be promoting those things, yeah. Persons in Jamaica want to stock up on your water. Pray. Ask God for guidance. Try plant some pumpkin and some melon, link up with a farmer. Yeah. Then Mr. Judicial towards we have to lock away and seek God in a quiet place. Similar thing my mother wanna show me the other day. You know. So I have my own work to do in that regard. Big up on yourself, people. Maybe I have to go live in the morning. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Maybe I have to go live in the morning. Or I might just put out a video in the morning because there's a couple things. There's a couple articles there that deserve to be read. Yeah, one, definitely. They deserve to be read. And put up the points out there. You know what I mean? Bless you. That I find important. Bless you guys. See you guys later. TikTok, look more. Thanks again. Appreciate you guys. Bolo VNR, it's been a while, but you're gonna see more of the Bolo VNR. Trust me. Big up. Bolo VNR 2.0. Shout out to everybody. Appreciate y'all.